Good morning and welcome to GinzaMetrics Platform Overview. This webinar is meant to give an initial walkthrough of the platform's features and functionalities at a high level. My name is Erin O'Brien and I'm GinzaMetrics COO, and I'll be sharing my screen to walk through various features, so access to your computer screen is necessary for the demo. You may notice that your microphone is muted during the walkthrough. In order to stay on course, I won't be taking questions during the webinar, and often initial questions are addressed as we move through the platform. However, I'm happy to answer any questions afterward via email at erin@ginzametrics.com or by setting up a time to review features in more depth. Please keep in mind that we're viewing a demo account, and some features or data may not be fully populated during the walkthrough. I will also point out areas where key settings can be changed to meet your specific needs. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The GinzaMetrics platform allows you to monitor and manage multiple sites inside of a single account for search, content, and social purposes. You'll notice here that you're able to access all of your specific account settings and sites in one single dashboard with initial kind of analytics and information populated for kind of quick reference guide for both tracked keywords and all organic traffic information. You're also provided an account summary that allows you to see key information about your plan, its status, billing information, payment history, and account site usage. This is also where you can add new users and update overall account settings. Diving into the platform at the particular site level, what you're first going to see is that there are a number of different options up at the top. Your main level nav is where you're going to be able to access insights for your audience, website, content, keywords, links, and competitors. You can also access recommendations, workflow items, including things like reports and tasks, as well as overall site settings. Site settings accessed in the top main nav are also available in the setup wizard when you initially add a site. You can change the site settings at any time throughout the use of your GinzaMetrics platform, although it will alter the data that's in there. So if you'd like to export data that you've already added in based on one set of site settings, please do so before updating site settings. Things such as switching search engines or devices, or changing e-commerce settings such as currency and things will have an effect on whether or not you can actually see that information later. We also provide you dashboard filters, and the reason we provide dashboard filters is to help you kind of customize your data view. You can sort by pre-selected date ranges, custom selected date ranges, date granularity, search engines or devices, keyword and content groups, conversion type, as well as annotations. We'll get into each one of these a little bit more as we kind of walk through the platform. A quick note about search engine and device additions is that GinzaMetrics does allow you to track multiple search engines, locations, and devices all in one single platform for one single site. So for example, you could do Google in the US, you could do the iPhone in Australia, and you could do Naver in Korea. These are all options that we allow. If you have questions about specific search engines, locations, or settings, feel free to let us know. Diving into the actual kind of data inside the platform, you'll notice that we include a traffic summary bar up at the top. This summary bar is here to prevent you from having to toggle back and forth between analytics platforms and your GinzaMetrics platform. We'd like for you to be able to have your view all in one. You'll also notice that we have a marketing channel performance chart. Again, we're in a demo account, so keep in mind that this is not going to encompass all possible data that could be inside of this chart, simply a representation of an example of what may be here. The marketing channel performance chart is the kind of full gathering of everything that's driving traffic to your content at a specific time. This may include things like comparison shopping engines, mobile, affiliate, etc. And everything in GinzaMetrics is also all charts and graphs are often manipulatable. They're interactive. You can get information based on hover states. And you can also click into segments within graphs. So for example, here, if I click into the social aspect of this graph, what will populate is a listing of all the specific social channels that are driving traffic to my content. You'll notice that we do separate out things such as mobile Facebook and Facebook. We'll also separate out instances of Facebooks in other countries. And we're also going to be able to show things like not only visits and page views, but conversion and revenue data if you set those options up inside your site settings. We're also going to show you information for all organic visits and tracked organic visits. Again, information here is available based on hover, with more information available by clicking in. A quick note about the bubbles that you see here above each chart section. One of the things that these are used for is annotations. So GinzaMetrics allows you to actually track Google algorithm Panda and Penguin updates, and also allows you to create your own annotations. The reason creating your own annotations is so great is it allows you to write down and note inside the platform when you make changes to your marketing, SEO, strategy, etc. And then you can actually create an annotation, add it in here, and then you can toggle them off and on to be able to see them throughout the demo or throughout your platform. This will help make sure that you remember when you've made specific changes to, like, let's say, add more keywords, adjust content, add new competitors, etc., which may have an effect on your charts and graphs throughout the platform. And this is kind of a good way to kind of go back and signify why. These can also be added into your reports for further information later as well. GinzaMetrics also provides keyword information. You'll also notice that we have hover states. One of the great things about the hover states is it's kind of your quick reminder, your own little help tool throughout the entire platform that'll tell you what each thing means. And that can be used for kind of quick explanations throughout your use of the platform. Clicking into a specific keyword area will give you a listing of the keywords available in that particular segment of the graph. What that's going to be able to show you is things like current rank, change in rank over time, total search volume, visits, conversions, and revenue information. GinzaMetrics also has a proprietary algorithm called findability score. Again, we're in a demo account, so not live data being populated, but what you can see with findability score is essentially based on your current content, rank and competitors' content, and rank for your same tracked keywords, how likely an audience member is to find your content instead of your competitors' content for those tracked keywords. This is a great time to kind of bring up filters. Within GinzaMetrics, you can set up both keyword groups and content groups to be able to track different things. Keyword groups and content groups are great for tracking things like features, products, campaigns, geographies, audience types, etc. And then you can actually segment all of your data by any one of your keyword or content groups at any time, which will then show you just the information for that specific area. It's also a great way, I'll show you how you can use groups to actually be able to kind of compare and contrast different features, products, campaigns, and things like that later on. We also provide a search engine performance summary. This is a quick overview of how you're performing across either selected search engines or devices or across locations. So for instance, you may do Google US, Google Australia, Google UK, and this would be able to actually show a representation of how you're performing across each of those. Conversely, you may select 3 different search engines or different devices. We do support currently iPhone, iPad, Android phone, and Android tablet. You can also see a quick recommendation summary. You'll notice that GinzaMetrics sorts recommendations by keyword and content, page structure, and crawlability, assigning a score for each. We'll also count the number of errors in each one of those areas, as well as duplicate page titles. Clicking into one of these areas is going to take you to a master list of all recommendations for that specific category. I'll dive into the recommendations area a little bit more in a few minutes, and I'll also show you that we provide recommendations at the individual page level. One of my particular favorite areas of the site is the top keyword activity area. Here you can see keywords that have improved, keywords that have declined, as well as information on competitor keyword gains. For all of your keywords, what we're going to show you is the top improvement, meaning the top most change in rank across your selected search engine or device for your time period above. This is also going to show you search volume, visit and conversion data, as well as the top ranking URL for the keyword in question. One of the great things we do here is we'll also show you this information for competitors, allowing you to toggle between your competitors and seeing for the tracked keywords that you're looking at, what their top performing content is that's moving the most positively over the time period selected, which you can also view by search volume. Moving on to kind of content-specific insights, this area is accessed by clicking on your insights and moving down to the content selection option. The chart that you see here looks similar to the chart on the first page in terms of kind of channel aggregation. Where it's different here is when you actually click into a specific area. I'll select social again for consistency's sake. instead of getting a list of social channels that are specifically driving traffic to your site, here what you'll be provided with is a listing of the actual content that's ranking for social, including things like visits, page views, conversions, etc. You can also, again, as I was mentioning groups earlier, you can choose to view this information by group. So this will allow you to quickly segment out your content by different groups that you may specify, including now being able to see visits, page views, conversions, and revenue for your content by individual groups. We'll also show you your marketing channel performance by device type, which you can also select and sort in a top filter at any time. And we'll also give you social engagement information. Social engagement information, again, can be clicked into to view more granular information about specific likes, shares, tweets, etc. And this can also be shown by group, again, so that you can actually view your content and see information on how quickly a particular group of content is gaining social traction for easier viewing. We'll also go ahead and add all of your content, all of your ranking content, and show you kind of your social data, as well as visits, page views, bounce rate, conversion, and revenue, all of that for social information. And we'll also show you that at the organic search level, giving you kind of top performing keyword, total searches, as well as an algorithm that projects total monthly traffic for the next month. And what this is really looking at kind of your current rank for a particular keyword, your content, as well as a mixture of search volume, how much traffic we actually think you should get for this keyword and content pair. Moving on to an individual page level detail, where you'll get this information is by clicking on any specific page within your within the GinzaMetrics dashboard. You're going to get to a page level detail area. This is going to include things like title tag, meta description, last crawl date, HTTP status code, and a variety of other things. We're also going to show you an overall grade. That grade we'll get back to in just a second. So what you'll first see here is that we're going to give you all of the keywords that are currently potentially ranking for this specific page, as well as change in rank across various search engines or devices that you've selected. One of the things that you'll notice here is that in GinzaMetrics, positive changes in rank are shown in green, and negative changes in rank are shown in red. The number inside the box is the total position change over the time period selected up at the top in your filters. Here is also where you can set targeted keywords. GinzaMetrics will allow you to set up to 3 targeted keywords for each page. You can use this target icon to click and change target keywords off and on. Our recommended target keyword uses a thumbs up next to it, so this gives you kind of a helpful hint as to what we would suggest your target keyword be, although you can select multiple. Inside your content analysis, this is where your overall grade comes in. We give you a content analysis for each page, which essentially will give you, broken out by keyword and content, page structure, and crawlability, a to-do list for you to be able to optimize your individual pieces of content. We'll also sort each recommendation by importance, difficulty, and risk. And when you've optimized it, we'll give you a green check mark. Things with red X's still need to be taken care of. You can actually select a specific keyword to optimize each piece of content for from the targeted keywords that you selected on the first page. So once you select your targeted keywords in this area, you'll notice that they become options here in the keyword dropdown. We'll also give you social engagement data for each and every individual page, as well as indexing, including links to and from your page, and external linking information, including inbound links, linking domains, and anchor text information. Full recommendations at the entire site level are going to be in kind of a larger list, also sorted by importance, difficulty, and risk. What you'll notice here is that in order to get to a more granular list, what you need to do is actually click on a specific recommendation, and what that will take you to is an indexing of the full list of errors for that particular recommendation in your site, and each one can be drilled down into a little bit more. In the keyword area, what you're going to notice by accessing insights and keywords is that we're going to give you your keyword ranking distribution information, an average rank chart, findability score, tracked organic visits, and conversion information for all of your keywords. Again, your keyword information can be sorted by using filters such as picking a ranking position, selecting a group, selecting a conversion type, and then kind of drilling down even further. A word about conversion type at this point. Conversions can be set up to mean a lot of different things in particular sites. So it may be filling out a form, it may be visiting a landing page, it may be a shopping cart fill, it may be an actual purchase. It could be a variety of different things. Setting up conversions is something that's handled inside of your analytics platform. So whether it's Google Analytics or something else, we simply connect with what you've already determined as conversions, and then we import them in here and apply them to our analytics layer. If you have questions about any of our site settings or conversion kind of setup and e-commerce setup, please don't hesitate to ask. We're happy to help with either setup process or initial questions. We'll also show you your total keywords, everything that you're looking at in terms of keywords for your site. You can sort any one of your columns inside by simply clicking the top of the column. This will sort things ascending and descending for you. You can also choose visible columns anywhere throughout the platform to kind of give yourself a more specified view depending on what your needs are. You also have the option to select different row views in order to make things a little bit easier. We'll break out each one of your keywords by all of your either selected search engines or devices with search volume projections and conversion information. This is one of my favorite kind of charts. What it's going to show you is for all of your keyword groups, it's going to show you how many keywords you have in that site, in that specific group. You can actually click in and see those ranking keywords in that area, as well as total searches, visits, conversions, and revenue for each one of your groups. Now, one of the great things you can do here is you can actually select a competitor. When you select a competitor, what that's going to show you is for those same groups and for your keywords, how many keywords your competitor is ranking for inside of each one of those specific groups. And again, you can click in and see how they're ranking across each of those areas as well. We will also show you a preferred landing page ranking, and what this will do is you can actually see where your keyword and its preferred landing page are matching or aren't. You can sort by kind of matching information. You can actually select to see just those, and I'll show you in just a moment where you can actually set your preferred landing pages using the GinzaMetrics platform. Ranking trend chart is going to show you ranking trends over the course of time for all of your keywords, and you'll be able to see those kind of on a day-by-day basis. You can also see for each of your set competitors how they're ranking and changing for all of your keywords. You can also show this at the group level. You can also reorder your competitors easily. And I'll do a little bit more explanation around competitors, adding, changing, and finding competitors in just a moment. Clicking on a specific keyword inside of GinzaMetrics will take you to findability score versus competitors and average rank for that keyword, as well as all ranking landing pages for that specific keyword. Our recommendation has a thumbs up next to it, and you can set your own preferred landing page using a star. Once you've selected the landing page, if it matches ours, the thumbs up will go away. And we'll also show you your SERP data for that specific keyword and landing page pair. We're also going to give you a competitor overview from a social perspective. Where you access this is under your audience overview area. And what this is going to show you is for all of your competitors that you choose versus your own site, we're going to show you Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, SlideShare, and LinkedIn data. Here, what you'll see is that whoever has the kind of winning majority numbers for a particular area is shown in green with a check mark next to it. You can also click into any one of the competitors' pages or your own pages, and that will actually take you to that specific site. So, you can visit the Pinterest page, Instagram account, etc., to kind of view some of the content that's there. One of the things that has been kind of one of our most popular features is competitor discovery. What competitor discovery does is it actually looks at the content and keywords that you're creating and then goes out and finds similar content and keywords within other brands for you to track. Again, we're in a demo account, so we've got some generic sites populated here, but what we want to make sure that you're able to do is really filter out what about that specific site is a competitor. So what we do is we actually show you the specific keywords and the specific content that brand is competing with you on. So for instance, if I am working at Nike and specifically caring about women's trail running shoes, I would not want to see that Adidas is a competitor, because that's a lot of content and a big site and a brand that makes a variety of different things. So what we will instead show you is the exact keywords and the exact content that they're creating around what I care about, which would be women's trail running shoes, as opposed to trying to surface the entire site. The great thing we're also doing here is showing you the projected monthly traffic for that specific information, as well as CPC data and search volume. You can then click in, get more information, or you can choose to track this competitor as well. Simply click on the tracked button next to the competitor, and they'll be added to your site for tracking. You can also sort this information by group. So if I wanted to find specific competitors for a particular group, I could actually discover those competitors and then click in and only see competitors in the sector that I am looking for. I can also add competitors manually using site settings and going down to competitors. What I can do here is I can add in a particular domain. You can also do subdomains, folders, etc. And once I do that, what GinzaMetrics will do is GinzaMetrics will actually collect social and offsite links for you so that you don't have to manually add them yourself. You can manage and edit competitors once they've been added. You can also delete them in exchange for other competitors as you wish. Once you select a competitor, by going to Insights and going to Competitors, choosing a competitor will also show you all of their information, including an indexing of all of their pages, any ranking, keyword, and position information. Again, we're in a demo account, so keep that in mind, as well as information about their social shares and tweets for all of their content. So you can easily kind of sort through and see what's going on with your competitors and how their content is actually being consumed by your shared audience. You can also filter this information out by content group and device information. By clicking on a specific page for a competitor, what you're going to be able to see is you're going to be able to see their page information, their ranking keywords, their social signal information, and their external linking data. One of the things that we also released in kind of conjunction with competitor discovery is keyword discovery. What keyword discovery allows you to do is it really allows you to see and find keywords that you may not be paying attention to that could be driving traffic to your site. Keyword discovery works in a couple of different ways. It allows you to either choose a product or service category or to add in a landing page in order to discover keywords. Product and service categories will get very granular despite kind of the broad nature of the initial list. So for example, clicking on apparel, selecting clothing, selecting children's clothing, will get you a very specific list of information. So we always kind of recommend, trying to check out the list first. You can also add in a landing page here. And what you can do by adding in a landing page is we will then take a look at this landing page and we will look for additional keywords that you're not currently tracking to add. You can also specify a language and a location here in order to further segment your keyword discovery. You'll also notice that there are a number of other options in this keyword area. We offer a number of ways to import your keyword data. You can do that via your analytics provider. You can upload using our own templates or your own CSV or Excel files. You can also add them manually. We also have the ability to show you suggested search information by selecting one of your keywords, a search engine or all search engine, and then what will surface for you is the suggested search information that the search engine would show alongside that keyword so you can see what else you might be missing. We will help you with automated management for keyword, and there's a number of different settings there, so that's a really good way to kind of set it and forget it if that's what you're looking for. Back to the idea of content groups, because I know I mentioned a number of times being able to segment things by groups and view them. The groups are great for both content and keywords to be able to really view and understand product lines, features, audience groups, marketing campaigns, a variety of different things. In order to make this easier, because one of the reasons we found that people weren't actually creating groups is because it was a hugely manual process. And for people that have thousands of keywords and thousands of pages on a site, having to actually individually go in and select those was way too cumbersome a task. So instead, we made a wizard that will allow you to create the name of a group and then simply add in matching title rules and URL rules using different words that correspond with that group. And then what we'll do is we'll go and pull all of the corresponding content into a group there, which you can then kind of edit it and manage yourself. Same thing for keyword and keyword groups is within this area, you can actually create your own keyword groups, create a name, select kind of matching words and everything, and then apply the rules, edit and manage your various keywords within that specific area. Throughout the GinzaMetrics platform, one of the things that you can see is there's a task button up in the top right corner. This task button allows you to create projects, pick people to assign them to, give it a title, and then write more information. One of the things we do automatically is include the link to where specifically you are inside the platform at the time you originate the task. This is your reminder as to kind of what you were talking about and where when you first created that, to make it kind of a quick and easy reference guide for you. You'll then see that you have a task list with total assignees, tasks, due date, and progress information. Clicking into the task list will give you the specific list of tasks to be done inside that list. You'll also be able to see a full list of annotations inside of GinzaMetrics. This will include all Google updates in terms of algorithms, as well as your own test annotations for the site. This is a great place to kind of go to look back and reference things, as well as to check your own annotations, manage and delete those. Lastly, I want to touch on the reporting center since I know we're running low on time. The reporting center is really the hub of the GinzaMetrics platform. Everything I've shown you, including some things that we didn't get to go into in depth, are all modularized. So every aspect, every chart and graph of the GinzaMetrics platform is created as a module. You can then create your own reports, create scheduling, downloading, and delivery options. For people who have multiple site properties that they're trying to manage, you can actually create a single template and copy it to all sites. That way you don't have to rebuild reports each time you add a new site. Building a report is very simple and allows you to really kind of control your experience in the platform. Building reports allows you to also select various email scheduling and create themes. You can create new themes that will essentially white label your reports, allowing you to customize logos, headers, settings, etc. And then once you've created themes, you can always select them from your various theme library. Adding modules is as simple as selecting from various chart modules and table modules throughout the sidebar on the left. You can also create your own custom text and image HTML modules. When you select a module, it's going to give you the option to go ahead and customize the module. You can give it labels and captions to give a little bit more information to whoever's reading the report. You can also select specific date ranges, different view types. You can select search engines and devices. You can also select groups, as well as your information or competitor information. You can also pick how you'd like to view the information, such as by visits, conversions, keyword change, etc., ascending, descending, or our own manual focus. Once you save the modules, everything is easily able to be dragged and dropped into a different location to sort and ensure that you have the best possible layout for what you like. Reports can then be exported as PDF and saved for future use, future sends. If you decide to do email scheduling, what'll happen is based on your selections inside your customizations, is they will update automatically for the next send. One thing you'll notice here is that you can actually save reports as dashboards. When you save a report as a dashboard, it gives you the option to have this report as your own custom view. You can actually select one column and two column layout options. And one of the great things about these reports being dashboards is you can give these links to people internally or give them to clients, and they'll only be able to access the specific information that you want them to be able to see. All of these individual modules can be rearranged. Again, they can be created as one column or two column layouts. This is kind of shows you options for both. And then they're also still completely interactive. So you can click in, still get granularized information from each one of them. You can also still filter them the same way you would filter a dashboard. So this kind of brings all of your reports to life. Since we are now out of time, I will quickly mention that Again, you can contact me for further questions and information. My email address is in the chat segment of the webinar data, and it's erin@GinzaMetrics.com. That's ERIN at GinzaMetrics.com. Also, you can view plan and pricing information on the GinzaMetrics website in the footer at Plans and Pricing. We do custom plans and pricing based on your need. So you can go here to get kind of a general overview of what we provide. Again, feel free to reach out with questions. Information on the platform itself is available under resources and support on the website. And feel free to follow up with anything else that you may need. Thank you so much for attending, and I look forward to talking to you next time.